Okay, so I've been on my reading arc recently, and I read a couple of books. The False Prince. I just finished reading the Arc of the Scythe, and I'm noticing a constant theme, like what's really grabbing my attention for the most part. This is the cheat code. I think I figured it out. This is how a lot of authors, especially in like fantasy, thriller, action, this is how they grab your attention right here. This is the formula. I'm about to give it to you right now. Somewhere in the story, somewhere in the beginning, or anywhere, at least like the first three chapters, let's say three chapters. After you set everything in place, the fundamentals, what's going on, what's the world, what is this character, who they are. Once you establish everything and you start getting into the premise, just boom, put something big out there. Like, okay, Arc of the Scythe, who's gonna be the apprentice? False Prince, who's gonna be the new prince? And then put a time limit. I think Arc of the Scythe said it was like 12 months. Boom, right there. False Prince, I forgot how long it was. It was like a couple of months, I think, right? And something big must be presented early on. Like, what are the consequences? Boom, Arc of the Scythe. I ain't gonna spoil, but like, it's gonna be bad news for one person if the other person becomes the Scythe, right? The new Scythe. And then False Prince is like, boom, this person is chosen as prince, and everybody else is gonna be bad news for them as well. So it's like it sets a precedent of like, okay, well, we know who the main character is, right? So it's like, what is the main character going to be doing to become the one, right? And especially since we're going to be growing closer with the other characters that are going to be impacted from these types of decisions in the big event that's happening later on in the story, is like, okay, well, now since I've been developing, emotional connection with these other characters, is like, I kind of really don't want any bad thing happening to them too as well. So it's like it honestly helps you, not helps you, it's like a cheat code to like steal your attention, because you're like predicting and you're theorizing of like, okay, what should happen in the meantime before this like big event happens. Is literally everything that's happening throughout the story now is like, how is this going to impact the big event that's happening towards the end of the story, especially when there's like agendas, there's game plan, everyone has their own thoughts and feelings about the situation, and they trying to put their best foot forward so that they have the advantage and they have the best outcome for themselves. Like, that's literally the most attention grabbing thing ever, just because it's like, okay, who's gonna be victorious in terms of um I guess enforcing their agendas. You know what I mean? And then another thing as well is like seeing how these characters interact with each other, especially them knowing that they are going to be going against, not really going against each other, but their fate is going to be decided based on this event, right? And based on that, they either have to work together or they're gonna be ops. Like, you know what I mean? Is either you or me, or it's gonna be both of us succeeding. Like, what you gonna choose, right? And heck, even if you predict that, like, oh, they're probably gonna have the best case scenario where the consequences is not gonna be as bad. It's just thinking and theorizing about, okay, what would be the best case scenario and how they're gonna reach to the point of having that best case scenario be presented in the story or happen in the story. Like, especially when you're a writer yourself and you're reading these stories, presenting these events and in advance, and you're preparing yourself for that big event throughout the story. You're literally trying to get in the mind of the author, and is like, damn, are they thinking like this? Are they thinking like that? What are they gonna do with this character? What are they gonna do with that character? And then of course it hits harder when there's a plot twist in the middle of the story. It's like, oh, okay, hold on, things are changing now. So how is this gonna impact the final event, right? Because that's still happening, and you have to change your whole theory, your whole prediction, everything. But because you're so intrigued into figuring out what's going to be happening from the big events and how it's going to impact each individual character, it's like you're going to continue reading. Like, seriously, you're just going to continue reading. Like the False Prince, they did it twice. They did it in book one and in book two. I think the book two is what, the Runaway King or something. Yeah, they did that in like book one and two, and it's like, man, I had no choice but to read it. Like, I had no choice. I mean, especially when the consequences are grand and you know that like if nothing happens and you just let things happen the way it happens, then like shit, like it's the worst case scenario. So you know what that results in? That results in me reading The False Prince in like 2 days. And I think I read The Runaway King in like 3 to 4 days, something like that. Like seriously, like I think that formula right there of just like after you present the characters, the setting, the premise of the world, everything like that, just putting like a big event to happen in the future with consequences, a time limit of like boom, 12 months this is going to happen. Decision making has to happen. A big decision that's going to affect everybody is going to happen. What you going to do about it? What's your game plan? What's your agenda? You know what I mean? And just figuring out how, based on each character's personalities, figuring out how they're going to get themselves out of the situation or get the best possible solution for themselves. You know what I mean? Like that right there, that's a cheat code. Like I don't know what else to tell you. Like you let me know what other like type of like element or formula when it comes to storytelling is more attention grabbing than that. You let me know. Cause if there is, then I'll read it. Like and give an example of a book as well of that showcase that so I could read it. Yeah, seriously, like man. But yeah, you let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching this video all the way through. Yeah, if you want to work with me, if you want to implement that strategy, because man, I want to implement that strategy more into my story as well. You could click the link down below. You could have a consultation call with me. I go through your outline so that you have clarity and you feel prepared to work on your drafting process. I do suggestions, questions, and I also provide feedback on your story. I have a link or like a video here or there that's going to explain my consultation calls and how I go through your story and how we're going to be working together and how the discussion is going to go in our consultation calls so that you feel well prepared and you feel confident moving forward with your story in the drafting process. So yeah, you could try that and click the link down below to schedule that call. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and yeah, have a great day.